Good afternoon, Mr. Chamisa. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk to me about the 9 MPs who were fired by Thokozani Khupe. Just explain to us exactly what is going on. Who is the leader of the MDC in Zimbabwe?
Well, I must say that correction has to be made. What is clear is that the MPs from the MDC Alliance have not been fired or recalled from Parliament by MDC Thokozani. They have been recalled and removed from Parliament by ZANU-PF, by Mr. Mnangagwa, together with the Speaker of Parliament, conniving to entrench authoritarianism, a one-party state, and trying to reverse the will of the people in 2018, trying to take away what they've already taken away through the presidential election when they rigged the election. So what we are seeing now is an extension of that rigging into Parliament by taking away the representatives of the people.
You're blaming the current president, but the Zimbabwe Supreme Court ruled that the party must revert back to the original MDC, basically giving power back to Khupe. That's the court.
Well, the court ruled in the Supreme Court that the MDC-T must have an extraordinary Congress. And we are not MDC-T, we are MDC Alliance. We have come together as the parties that were gone into different dimensions that were different and separate. You know, the part that was led by Professor Ngube, the part that was led by former Finance Minister Tendai Biti, all came together when they were invited by President Tsvangirai the late. So what we now have is MDC Alliance and MDC-T as two distinct political parties that cannot be joined, that cannot be confused, and that belong separately, participated in elections separately. Thokozani Khupe and MDC-T participated and got 45,000 in the election in terms of votes. We participated. We got 2.6 million in the votes. So the distinction is very clear. What Mr. Mnangagwa is trying to do is to conflate the two so that he confuses it and he forces us to be part of what he wants through the political dialogue in the Pollard. So we have said we have nothing to do with that. What we want in Zimbabwe is to have clear dialogue that will address the fundamental issues of the day around governance, around the legitimacy crisis because of the disputed elections.
Mr. Chamisa, are you going to attend the Congress that's coming up later this year?
I cannot attend a ZANU-PF Congress. That is an MDC-T Congress, which is a separate party. Those who would want to participate, they are the ones who are entitled to, as a voluntary association. We are in the MDC Alliance. We are already retooling. We are already reinvigorating our party, making sure that we are ready for the next challenges and next battles. So MDC Alliance is a standalone party, a legal persona and a separate party.
Let's talk about what's currently happening in the country right now. You've got the United UNAID saying that over 7.7 million people in Zimbabwe are going to require food assistance. The country is in a mess in so many different ways. On Friday, you were calling for the people to protest. Is that your solution?
Well, I must say that Zimbabwe's crisis is a political one. It is a political crisis, a governance crisis, and a legitimacy crisis. That crisis can only be resolved if we have managed to return to legitimacy and democracy. And we have outlined a 5-step solution. Let us, number one, agree on the nature of the problem, the causes of the problem. In our view, it is a governance problem. Number two, let's agree on a comprehensive set of reforms to be implemented to resolve issues. Number three, let's have national healing so that we do not continue to have infractions and all the violations we are seeing, human rights abuses, abductions, killings, violence in political election, disputed electoral processes. We need to resolve these things through national healing. Number four, let's build bridges with the international community, SADC, AU, and the global community at large. Number five, let's have a humanitarian intervention. You have told us of the humanitarian situation we face. Over 7.7 million people are suffering from the challenges that have to do with the drought that we encountered. So we need to address all those issues holistically. The political solution...
Now, Mr. Chamisa, when you talk about healing the nation, many people have called for you yourself as the leader of the opposition to meet with the incumbent President Mnangagwa. Are you willing to do that?
I'm willing to. In fact, this is what we're hoping would be done when President Mbeki came here, the former president of South Africa. We hoped that there was going to be a genuine political dialogue. What we have said no to is a fake political dialogue. Yes to a genuine political settlement that will address the fundamental issues affecting Zimbabweans. Let's fix our politics to fix our economy. And this is why we have said we are calling on SADC, South Africa, President Ramaphosa to help us help ourselves and deal with the issues that are affecting us. Right now, we have a deteriorating situation. All the citizens are under siege. Lawyers are being persecuted and arrested. Journalists are being persecuted and arrested. Opposition leaders are being persecuted and arrested. The so-called recalls are all instigated by Mr. Mnangagwa because of the desperation he has. The economy is tanking. Everything is in the negative. We have no fuel. We have no jobs for people. There's no currents. We have all the issues affecting Zimbabweans, and they can only be dealt with once we fix politics.
But, Mr. Chamisa, you're calling for people to assist you to help yourselves. But, you know, looking at it from this particular angle, it looks like the opposition is in a mess, to put it bluntly.
Well, I don't understand where you are coming from, but you would not attack something that is in a mess. Mr. Mnangagwa is behaving like a bull in a china shop because the opposition is very solid and strong. Why would you attack something that is dead? Why would you attack something or fight something that is not a factor? The MDC is solid, the opposition is solid, and we are unshakable, we are very clear, and that's why you see all these attacks that are being visited upon all the various sections of our society. It's not just about the opposition, it's about the state of our country, the citizens who are under siege from a one-party state mindset that is being imposed, clearly showing that Mr. Mnangagwa has learned nothing and forgotten nothing from the script of dictatorship that he inherited from Mr. Mugabe.
All right, thank you so much for speaking with us. That is the leader of the opposition in Zimbabwe, Mr. Nelson Chamisa, who is the leader of the MDC Alliance.